and as you make your way to your mat, I'm going to put myself in the middle facing out, but then when you get there, if you like that ease of transition, you'll just put yourself to the front end of your mat. Start with a nice solid stance on the ground, feet nice and solid, nice tall spine, and then you're just going to start to let your eyes and your head look around your space. You're going to let them go anywhere they want to go. And then just allow your brain and your body to know there's the floor beneath you, ceiling above you, walls around you. And then as you let your eyes and your head look wherever they want to go, you're just going to find something nice, something lovely, something you can let your eyes land on. It can be a color, a texture, something that's just one of your favorite things, but let your eyes rest on that thing and just take a moment to take a breath. And then come back in and shake the Etch-a-Sketch. And you might shake it lightly, or you might be like, oh, I got to clear the whole screen. So you're just going to choose how you choose to shake out your Etch-a-Sketch to clear the screen. And then once you've shaken it just enough, take a second, come back in, and then we repeat the process. So you're just going to let your head and your eyes go wherever they want to go. And then you're going to find something nice, and you're going to let your eyes rest on that nice thing. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, bring it back in and shake the Etch-a-Sketch again. Just clear the screen, give your whole body just that little moment. Your nervous system has that time to go, okay, now we're ready to do a little bit of work. And then if you like that ease of transition, put yourself near the front end of your mat. Nice wide, even stance, nice tall spine. We're going to do that breath work where the arms just come up about halfway to start. So as you inhale, arms are just going to float up at your sides, about to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, let your arms float back down. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, arms float down. Inhale up to about shoulder height. Exhale down, and now we're going to go up just a little bit further, but try to keep head in neutral position. So just keeping your eyes gazing forward. Inhale, arms up as far as they go comfortably without having to move your head as well. And then exhale, arms float back down. Inhale, arms up, head stays facing forward. Exhale, arms down. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, head facing forward. Exhale, arms down. And now we're going to add that head movement as well, but go where it feels good. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down, head returns to that neutral position. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down, head returns. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down, head returns, and now we're going to take it for a fold. So on your next inhalation, arms up, look up if it feels good. Exhale, bend your knees more than you think you need to, fold towards your feet. Stay in folded position. We're going to go 3 half forward folds. As you inhale, hands slide up to the shins, softly lift and lengthen your spine, and then exhale, soften right back down. Inhale, half forward fold. Hands slide up to the shins, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale to soften down. One more just like that. Inhale, lifting up softly. Take your time, and then exhale, soften right back down. And now we're going to go through like a little ball of yarn to sit down onto our butt. So come down in a way that makes good sense to your knees, to your butt, to your back. And then as you bring your butt down to the ground, put your legs out in front of you, catch hold of your knees or your shins, take it into a cat-cow. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. And as you exhale, round your back. And then you're just going to take a few cycles of breath here. Follow your breath versus making the movement and the breath chases the movement. Let your movement chase the breath. Go for about one more cycle of breath. And then keeping a light neutral tall spine, you're going to lean back just a touch and twist like you're just trying to look over your shoulder. Almost think like you're doing that V-sit twist and reach, but keep it like kind of soft and fluid. And then take it to the other side. Just pull the shoulder back slightly as if you're just trying to look over the shoulder, and then come back up, and then take it over to the right. Lean back just a touch, look over your shoulder, come back up nice and slow, and then take your time. And you want this to be sort of a fluid, gentle movement, and it doesn't have to be like in the abdominal muscles, because you've got a little handhold, so you don't have to effort too hard. There's a little work in the core, so it's smooth and coordinated, but it doesn't need to be grunting work. Take one more time through each side. And then sometimes we roll down center of the spine, but sometimes it's nice to take one hand down to the ground and kind of roll down side body. So you're going to come down a little off sides, roll to the center, come onto your back. And then once you found your way there, give everything a second. Do all those little wiggles and adjust. Get your costume set up, get your back and your butt and your tailbone where you want it to be, get your shoulder blades where you like them to be. And then once you've got your way there, hands are going to find that low end of the rib cage. So you're going to get that good spread of your hands around the low end and the side of your ribs. And you're going to use a little firm handhold. So you create that gentle sense of resistance. So your hands create that firm handhold. And then you're going to take some slow, deep, intentional breaths, like you're trying to breathe that low end of your rib cage out to the sides and into your hands. Now I'll say hands stay on the ribs if you like, but you might readjust. You might go, I can't find the work if I keep my hands there. So you'll always make the adjustments that make sense to you. We're going to take it into pelvic tilt. You're going to start with just finding some movement. So exhale, press your low back into the ground. Inhale, release to the natural curve of your back. And if you can, hands will stay connected to the ribs. Otherwise, you'll adjust in a way that feels comfortable. Exhale, low back presses to the ground. Inhale to release to the natural curve. And now you're going to see if you can keep pelvic tilt going, but reduce any effort coming from your legs or from your butt. So you're going to try not to let the legs and the butt do the pelvic tilt, and see if you can still find it. So you're going to probably find that your low core muscles are feeling like they're doing a little bit more work. I should say low abdominal muscles, because core, we consider core from the butt to the shoulders. So low core muscles being low abdominal muscles. Go for about 3 more if you can, reducing effort coming from your legs and your butt. And then once you've done just enough, hands are going to float right up into I Dream of Genie arms and start that gentle pull from side to side. When it feels right, add a head turn in the opposite direction of your elbows. One more pull from side to side. We're going to keep that head turn going on, but now arms are going to open out into T position. So you're going to keep turning your head from side to side. Arms are out straight from your shoulders, palms facing up to start. And then once you've got that good arm position and your head is turning from side to side, now you're going to add a little palm flip. So as your head turns to the left, right palm flips down. And as your head turns to the right, the left palm flips down. So a little bit of gentle rotational work added into the head turn. Nice. Now, the next time your head is turned to the right, left palm flip down, head turned to the right, stay there. Look your eyeballs as far to the left as they can comfortably hold, and then hold steady for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your gaze. Head's going to turn to the left, right palm's going to flip down, stay there. Keep that head turned. Now look your eyeballs to the right and hold that steady gaze. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your eyes, bring it all back to center. Snow angel arms, baby movement. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. And you're going to look for like a starting short range of motion. Just seeking that sort of fluid motion and that fluid collaboration. So you'll allow the range of motion to slowly increase, but give it a little bit of time so that the muscles, the ligaments, the connective tissue, everybody has a little bit of time to find their way. One more moment with those snow angel arms. And then right arm is just going to go straight out from your side, and the left arm is going to be straight in front of your shoulder with a little bit of a light fist. We're going to punch the ceiling. So right arm is out. That's going to be your anchor point. You're going to punch your fist up towards the ceiling and get your shoulder head to lift. And you're just going to hold in that lifted position just for a second, and then return the shoulder head nice and slow and controlled. And we'll do that again. Push your fist up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulder head lift. Hold in that lifted position just for a second, and then return the shoulder head down nice and slow. One more time. Punch your fist up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulder head lift. Hold in that lifted position just for a moment. Slow return. And then the left arm's going to come out at your side. Right hand's going to come up. Make a fist. And then once you've got your way there, punch the ceiling. Lift your shoulder head up. Hold in that lifted position just for a moment. Return nice and slow. Punch your fist up towards the ceiling, shoulder lifts. We hold in that lifted position just for a moment, and then lower nice and slow. One more time. Punch the ceiling. Return nice and slow. Crisscross your arms, elbows stacked. So hands find the shoulders, elbows are stacked. Take 3 cycles of breath moving up and down. Inhale as you lift up, exhale as you tuck down. And then once you've done about 3 there, switch the cross of your arms so the other elbow is on top, and then right back to it. Inhale as you lift up and exhale as you lower down. Nice. When you're ready, release your hands to anatomical position, about 45 degrees away from the side of the body with the palms facing up. Take a little bit of movement down into your toes. You're just going to lift your toes up away from the ground and then float your toes back down. Lift your toes up. Float your toes down. Lift your toes up. Float your toes down and go toes and the balls of the feet lift up so you get that slight dorsiflexion. Feel those muscles in the shins do a little bit of work, and then return nice and slow. Do it again. Lift your toes and the balls of the feet. Lower with slow control. Lift the toes and the balls of the feet. Lower with slow control. Now add a heel lift. Lift your heels away from the ground. Float them down nice and slow. Lift your heels up. Float your heels down. One more time. Lift your heels. Lower your heels. Take your right knee, bring it towards your chest, hands free if you can, and then you're just going to float that leg right back down, switching over to the other side. Left knee is going to lift up towards your chest, hands free if you can. Float it back down nice and slow. We're going to do 2 more times to each side with that hands-free maneuver. Lift the right knee up towards your chest. Float it down nice and slow. Lift the left knee up towards your chest. Float it down nice and slow. One more time through. Right knee comes up. Float it down. Left knee comes up. Float it down. Now toe heel your feet out to the edges of your mat. So you're in that wide hip bridge position. Dorsiflex the feet. Pull up the toes and the balls of the feet. Squeeze your butt muscles. Lift your butt up into that bridge position. And then one vertebrae at a time, roll down. Think upper back, middle back, low back. Hips touch down. Relax the dorsiflexion of your feet. And then we'll do that again. Lift the toes and the balls of the feet. Squeeze your butt muscles. Exhale, lift up into a bridge. Lower one vertebrae at a time. Think upper back, middle back, low back, hips touch down, feet touch down, and then we'll do it again. Dorsiflex the feet. Squeeze your butt just a touch, lift up into that hip bridge position, hold at the top just for a second, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time as you lower, nice and slow and controlled. Hips touch down, feet touch down, windshield wiper the legs, big amount of movement or as much movement as feels good right now. One more windshield wiper to each side. And then knees are going to come back to center. Walk your feet back in so they're about hip width distance apart. Bring your hands in alongside the hips. Now palms facing down. Adjust your butt, adjust your shoulders. Make sure everything feels good. Right leg is going to slide long. Leg's going to lift up into a little bit of a hover. And then you're going to lift it up to about knee height and then lower it slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. That leg's going to come back up. Lower it slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more there. Lift it up. Lower it slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the heel touch down to the ground and then somatic butterfly move. You're going to let the foot roll out to the side, slide up to half butterfly. Knee comes up towards the ceiling. Slide the leg long. Toe and the knee turn out. Slide up half butterfly. Knee goes up towards the ceiling. Slide your leg long. One more just like that. Roll the leg out to the side. Slide up half butterfly. Knee up towards the ceiling. Slide the leg long, turn the toe in, keep the toe and the knee turned in. Lift it up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled. Lift it up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled. One more time, lift it up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled. Let the heel touch down so the leg can turn out. Rotate the leg out to the side. Now keep that turned out position. Lift the leg up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled. Lift it up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled. One more time, lift it up to knee height, lower, slow and controlled, and then slide that leg into bent knee position, switching the work to the other side. Left leg's going to go nice and long. Heel comes up into a hover, kick it up to about knee height, and then lower it slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick it back up to knee height, lower slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it up to knee height, lower slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the heel touch down. Let the leg turn out. Slide up to that half butterfly situation. Knee goes up towards the ceiling. Slide your leg long. Let the foot roll out to the side. Slide up half butterfly. Knee up towards the ceiling. Slide the leg long. Beautiful. One more time. Toe and the knee turn out. Slide up to half butterfly. Knee up towards the ceiling. Slide the leg long. Turn the toe in. Keep the toe and the knee turned in. Lift up to knee height. Lower with control. Lift it up to knee height. Lower with control. Lift it up to knee height. Lower with control. Let the heel touch down so you can find that turned out position. Toe turns out, knee turns out. Keep that turned out position. Lift the leg up to knee height. Lower with control. Lift up to knee height. Lower with control. One more time here. Lift it up to knee height. Lower with control. Bring that leg into bent knee position. Pull your right knee in toward your chest. Now with a handhold, take that knee and draw it in a couple of circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. Basket weave, hold on to the knee or the shin, and then a little efforted push. So you're going to push your knee into your hand, and your hand's going to create that sturdy frame, and you're going to hold with a little bit of resistance. Push your knee into your hand and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften, release that leg to the ground, take it over to the other side. Left knee comes in with a handhold. Take that knee and draw it in a couple of gentle circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. All right, bring it back to center. Strong, sturdy hands. Push your knee into your hands and hold that steady push. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften. Both knees come into the chest. Sturdy hold. Push your knees into your hands. Hands create that sturdy frame. Hold that steady push. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften. Set your feet down, but walk your feet a little bit closer. So go big toes together, knees together. Push your knees into each other and hold that push. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Soften. Fall out into a half butterfly, but a half butterfly, go about halfway to your edge, and then come right back in. Push your knees into each other. Hold that push. 3, 2, 1. Soften. Come out about halfway, butterfly position. Come right back in one more time. Push the knees into each other. Hold that steady push. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Let the legs fall out, half butterfly. And as you pick them up, walk your feet out just a little bit so they're about hip width distance apart, hands alongside the hips, one hip bridge here. Exhale, lift your butt up. Hold that bridge at the top. Put a little squeeze into your butt muscles. Reach your knees towards your toes. Get a little bit of length and strength into the tops of your legs, a little space in the front pockets of the jeans. Put a little bit of length into the back of your neck as if you're trying to roll the ball of your head towards the end of your mat. Keep that squeeze in your butt muscles. Hold steady for about 3 more cycles of breath. On your next inhalation, return nice and slow and controlled. And we're going to do a little curl up, but you're going to dorsiflex the feet first. So lift the toes and the balls of the feet, and then reach your fingers towards your heels as you pull the belly button down towards the spine. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1. Slow return to the ground. Do it again, but this time imagine as you reach your fingertips towards your heels, somebody's tied a little string to your sternum and they're lifting you from that string of your sternum. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1. Slow return back down to the ground. One more just like that. As you reach fingertips towards your heels, somebody's got a little string tied to your sternum. Lift your sternum. Keep a little bit of length in the back of your neck. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slow return to the ground. Roll off to one side to sit yourself up. So take your time. Roll off to one side. Help your way up to a seated position. Crisscross applesauce. Take it right into a little lateral flexion. Right hand's going to come down to the ground. Left hand's going to reach up and over. Take a nice side bend, just enough so it feels good, and take a nice big breath. Use your in-breath to come up and over to the other side. One side might always feel different from the other. So go on this side just as far as it feels good, where it feels like that nice feeling of stretch through the side body, and take a nice big breath. On your next inhale, come up, easy seated forward fold, but halfway. So you're just going to walk your hands forward just a touch. Hang out in that halfway point for a second. Take a breath as if you're trying to breathe a little sunshine down into your low back. And then walk yourself back up. Take a moment to come up and then go into a soft, gentle twist. Twist to one side, take a breath. Inhale, come through center, and then as you exhale, soft twist to the other side. Inhale as you come to center. Now you're going to go arm out, flip fingertips up, fingertips to the shoulder, elbow to the front. Other hand's going to find that elbow, and you're going to push the elbow back, and you're going to hold that back position. And the hand that's holding the elbow is going to drive the car. You're going to take your elbow and you're going to draw it in circles. Keep that pushed back position just as much as you can. All right, now take those elbow circles, draw them the other way. One more circle, and then you're going to flip it just a touch so that your hand comes in. Your hand that's holding the elbow is now going to do a little re-grab. So you're going to kind of grab against the skin at the back of the tricep. So you're going to grab and then pull it across. Now you're going to take your hand and you're going to let it reach over and across to the other shoulder as you keep that little bit of trap of that skin and connective tissue at the tricep. And then once you've got your way there, turn your head in the opposite direction of your elbow. Tilt your chin up just a touch, do that little jock nod, take a nice big breath. Release everything nice and slow. Take a second, give that shoulder a little shoop, a little wiggle, and then we're going to take the work to the other side. So you're going to go hands straight out, palm facing up, fingertip to the shoulder, elbow comes in, and then your other hand finds that elbow, push back, hold that back position, and draw your elbow in circles. Draw your elbow circles the other way. And now we take it into that little bit of medial rotation. So we rotate in just a touch, re-grab, so you get a little bit of a hold of that skin and connective tissue. Now let the hand jump across to the other shoulder, little tug, so you feel that little stretch across that tricep muscle. Turn your head in the opposite direction of your elbow, and then do that little jock nod, tilt your chin up just a touch, take a big breath. Great, and then when you're ready, release everything, take a second, shoot out those shoulders, find your way to tabletop position. Take your time as you find your way onto all fours. And then once you've got your way there, we're gonna walk our hands a little bit wide. So go heels of the hands out towards the edges of your mat, and your hands are gonna be slightly in front of the shoulders. Now take 3 cat-cows with that position, and if you like feet in dorsiflex position, that might feel nice. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back. One more just like that. Inhale. Exhale to round. Inhale to a neutral position, childish puppy with wide arm position. So you're going to let your butt go back a little bit towards your heels. And then you're going to walk your arms forward so they can stretch out nice and long. So the weight of the butt is back towards the heels, heart softens down, and you can go forehead to the ground or chin to the ground. Go for what feels interesting for a moment and take a nice big breath. All right, now we're going to lift up lightly and you're going to come forward. So you're going to keep your positioning of your hands and your knees, and you're just going to come forward as if you're going into a plank position. And then you're going to go way back. Bring your butt back to that starting position, that childish puppy-like shape. All right, and then bring it forward again. Lift your butt. Bring your shoulders forward as if you're coming into that plank position, a little bit of firmness in your center, and then go back, butt goes back towards the heels again. And this time we're going to come forward and go down in a slow motion into prone position onto our belly. So come forward, sturdy arms, sturdy back, lower yourself with good control. And then once you've got your way there, make all those little wiggles and adjustments, get comfortable on your mat. Once you're comfortable enough, hands are going to come alongside the shoulders. We're going to do a little cobra work. You're going to go up as high as you like, and you're going to think about from your sternum to the chin is a rubber band. And when you stretch, you're going to stretch that rubber band. And then as you come back down, you're going to let it softly recoil. So with your hands wherever they feel the most comfortable, let's say it like that, instead of having them right alongside the shoulders, be where your hands feel good so that you can lift up into that cobra. Stretch the rubber band from sternum to chin, and then slow release it back down to the ground. And then do it again. Inhale, lifting upward, stretch from sternum to chin, stretch the rubber band, and then slowly return. One more just like that. Inhale as you lift up, stretch from the sternum to the chin. Exhale for that slow return. And then when you're ready, push your way back up to tabletop position. Once you've got your tabletop position, spinal balance to each side, just to put a little bit of strength into the back body. Left hand, right leg. Start by just sliding out to the end of your mat. That might be good. That might be where you're stable. If that feels good and you want that bigger challenge, we lift up. We reach a little energy out through the heel and out through the fingertips, gazes down at the floor, take a nice big breath. Hands gonna come down, legs gonna hop out to the side, gate pose position. So hop that leg out nice and wide, and then take about 3 rocks forward and back. It's just a little bit of movement into that inner thigh. Nice, and then once you've done about 3 there, hop that leg back into your tabletop position, spinal balance to the other side. Right hand, left leg are gonna start by stepping out to the end of the mat. That might be your most stable point, you might stay there. If it feels good to add that challenge, we lift up. And then you reach a little energy out through your heel and out through your fingertips, gazes down at the ground, take a breath. The hand's going to return to the ground. The leg's going to hop out to the side into that gate pose position. Once you've got your way there, take a couple of rocks forward and back, get into that inner thigh just a touch. Nice. And then when you're ready, hop that leg in. We're swinging it around so we can sit on our butt. So whether you crisscross your legs or swing them off to one side, there's no right or wrong. But as you swing it around, we're going to go seated position for a figure four. So you're going to take your right leg over your left. Sit there for just a second just to notice. For some of us, folding towards the leg is going to feel good. For some of us, bringing the legs towards you is going to feel good. So play with what feels kind of nice, where you find a shape that feels reasonable. And then once you've got that reasonable shape, take a moment just to soften what you can. Soften your toes, soften your jaw, soften the space between your eyebrows. Take one more breath. Soften everything you need to so you can slowly and mindfully release. Hop that leg off, give everything a little bop and a little wiggle, and then we'll transition it to the other side. So left leg is going to start with just the hop across, because for some of us, that's enough. If it feels good, you might fold towards it. I say I don't like the fold towards because it compromises my low knee. So for me, I have to put a little bend in that knee if I'm going to fold towards it. Once I put a bend in the knee, that feels great. But if I just keep my leg straight, it's like, it's not my favorite. So fold if it feels good. Bring it in closer if that feels good. Go for the one that feels just right to your body today, because one side might always just be a little different from the other. Once you've got your shape, ask yourself, what can you soften? Can you soften your jaw? Soften your toes. Soften the space between your eyes. Take one more moment. And then when you're ready, slow, soft release, take your time as you uncross, give everything a little bop and a wiggle, twinkle out your fingers, wiggle out your wrists, especially if holding that position gets a little into the wrists. And then once you've wiggled out just enough, scoot your butt forward, come down slow. If you went down on one side, go for the other side. Go down slowly as if you're just rolling off that side, and then come to center. And then once you've come down, take a second. We're going to go into that toe tuck supine twist. So we're going to send the right leg down a little bit. Take your left toes and tuck them behind your right knee pit. And then take that left knee and let it roll over to the right. Arms can stay open wide in T position. Shoulders are anchored down towards the ground, and the head is possibly going to turn in the opposite direction of the knees if it feels good. One more breath, but before we release this side, you're going to take that yawning stretch. So you're going to take your left arm and stretch it up alongside your ear. And then as you take that pandiculation, you want to think reach fingertips away from the hip as if you're just trying to create a little bit of length in the side of the tube of your waist. So take that nice big inhale, yawning, reaching breath. And then as you exhale, soften, slow roll onto your back. Pause for a moment in center, and then we'll set ourselves up to the other side. Left leg will go a little bit long. Right toes are going to tuck behind the left knee pit, and then you let that right knee roll over to the left. Hips roll, shoulders stay connected to the ground if they can, arms nice and wide. Once you've got your twisted position, maybe you turn your head in the opposite direction of your knee if it feels good. Before we release the twist on this side, take it into that yawning stretch. Right arm is going to stretch up alongside your ear, and then we lengthen from the fingertips down to the hip like you're just trying to lengthen out through the tube of your waist. Take a nice big inhalation, yawning, reaching stretch. Softness comes with the exhalation. And then slow roll back onto your back. Go for a bent knee position. We're going to take one more hip bridge, and then we're going to make our way to our Shavasana. So feet about hip width distance apart, heels nice and close to the butt, hands alongside the hips. Squeeze your butt muscles first. Keep a little squeeze in the butt, and then use that squeeze of your butt muscles to lift yourself up. Reach your knees towards your toes. Now try to anchor the rib cage down just a touch, as if you're just trying to reach those backbones of the ribs towards the ground as you reach your knees towards your toes. Once you've found that nice sturdy frame, hang there for a moment. Just notice your strength. And then notice your control. Think one vertebrae at a time. Upper back, middle back, low back. Hips touch down. If it's going to feel good, pull knees to the chest, a little apanasana, and maybe just a little gentle rock from side to side, just to soothe out the low back, put that gentle stretch into the glutes. And as you do this last little soothing motion, ask yourself, where's going to be your best Shavasana? Would it feel good to go traditional corpse pose, legs nice and long, arms out at your side? Would it feel good to come into constructive rest? Would it feel good to just kick the legs up and go into a little legs up the wall? Any shape of the body that would feel nice, where you can reduce a little bit of effort. Take a moment to find your way there. And then give your bones a moment. Give your muscles a moment. Give your connective tissue a moment. Give your fatty tissue a moment. Give everything a moment just to kind of soften and settle. And then once you found that slight reduction of effort, soften all the way out to the edges of your skin. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel ready to gently reawaken, maybe start by just wiggling the fingers and twinkling the toes. And then if you can arrange it comfortably, hands are going to come back to that low end of the rib cage to take 3 intentional cycles of breath. So you're going to put your hands on the ribs with a little bit of a firm hold, and then you're going to breathe so that you expand the umbrella of the rib cage into your hands. So let the rib cage lift, open, and expand into your hands on the in-breath. And then let them soften on your exhalation. Inhale, the ribs lift, open, and expand. Exhale for that soft, gentle recoil. One more breath. Inhale into your ribs. Let the ribs lift, open, and expand. Exhale for that soft recoil, and then hands do the locomotion. You're going to push your hands into the skin and connective tissue of the ribs and the side of your body, and you're just going to do that little locomotion. So we're moving that skin, we're moving that connective tissue, and then your hands are going to do that locomotion going the other way. It can be at a pace or it can be super duper slow. There's no right or wrong, but just move your hands in that locomotion so you get that little bit of rotational movement into that skin and connective tissue. And then once you've moved it just enough, take it into big good morning stretch. Walk your legs nice and long, point your toes, spread your fingers, take a nice big yawning reaching breath. We rolled up on one side. So if you rolled up on your right, roll up on your left. If you rolled up on your left, roll up on your right. So you're just going to roll over to one side just enough, and then use your body strategically to come up to a comfortable seat. Sukhasana, easy seat, anything that feels good, where you can sit up nice and tall and take a second to adjust your ponytail and all the good stuff. And then once you've got your way there, we're going to go Ganesha Mudra to finish. So pair hands together, but then we flip fingertips pointing away from each other, wrap the fingers in so they're in that little coil, and then bring it right in front of your heart. Similar to the way the muscles of the heart wrap around themselves. Think of your hands as that extension to your heart space and your heart chakra. And then you've got this hold, but allow it to be just a little bit soft. Take a big breath of love and gratitude towards yourself, for your mind, for your body, for all of your hard work. And then another breath just to fill up some good positive intentions for the rest of the day. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Saturday. You guys are amazing.